Hello everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Rav'n Moon's Astro Forecast. Today is Monday, April 17th, 2023, and we are going to continue our house exploration. Currently we are under a Pisces moon, not for too much longer as the moon will cycle back into Aries, and we have a very special planetary alignment coming up. Well, not really alignment, but just planetary event, which is the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, which will touch down late night, at least late night here in Denver, April 19th, Wednesday. So that'll be a very special event, and of course I'll share more about that on Wednesday as we move closer to that. And as we do move closer to that event, though, I think it's a great time to really ruminate on Aries, Aries attributes, what you would like more in your life, whether it's to be more brave or courageous, or to get a new start, whether that be in career or relationships or wherever you see that, that need. Moving on to our house exploration. Today we're talking about the fourth house, which is all about home. Home, family, domestic life. The mother falls here, the relationship that you may or may have with your mother. The fourth house is interestingly about the land and the space that you hold, and also can be a signifier into your final resting place. Your ancestry, where you put down roots, those things are all reflected in the fourth house. If you'll recall, in one of my earlier episodes, I have a coworker slash friend that I did the chart of many moons ago, and it always struck me she had about 4 planets in her fourth house, and she was a very successful in both mortgages and real estate. So if you have planets in your fourth house, it's worth exploring how that works out for you. I know personally I have my moon in my fourth house, Pisces moon, and so much of that corresponds to my relationship with my mother, who definitely influenced me in that regard. So one thing that I really haven't talked about that is a great thing to cover, because we kind of just went through the first quadrant of the chart. So if you remember, I said that the birth chart itself is almost a reflection of the year. It's also a reflection of the day. It's also a reflection of the life, right, of the native. And depending on where there are a lot of planets, you can kind of tell what time of life will be very important to that native. So you'd have your first quadrant, which would be your first through fourth houses, like that. Your second quadrant, and that would be like early childhood and childhood. And then your second quadrant would be your fifth through seventh house, and that would be your early adulthood, right? And then you'd have your third quadrant, which would be the 8th house to the 7th. Yeah, something like that, because the house positions are never the same, so right, but it would be probably 7th through the 9th, and then 10th through the 12th. Yes, that's right. Sorry. So yeah, 7th through the 9th, or 7th through the 9th would be your third quadrant, and then 10th through the 12th would be your final and fourth quadrant. So that would be late adulthood, and of course like mid adulthood. So you can look to your birth chart to find out which quadrant of life will be most important when you're doing birth chart interpretation. I find that that's very important. With that, I see that we are almost out of time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. Go out and chase your dreams and chase the stars.